Hello. So Thomas, my roommate, is out right now. So I figured I would do a belated vlogging Friday post because on Friday, what was I doing on Friday? Oh, I was working and Obamaing and eating, that sort of thing. But Katrina and Cecile wanted me to do a vlog about the exciting presidential occurrences last week. So I figured I would. I'm just trying to move my head to block. No, that's the wrong way. Block the light. Ooh, there we go. My hair is doing weird things this morning. Sorry. So, on Monday, I was at Desma's house. Desma is, there's 3 team leaders in the first ward. Desma is the initial one, then I came in as the second one, then Rishi is the third one. We have a team of like 20 people, and then obviously all of the volunteers. So on Monday, Desmond was like, hey, can you babysit for me on Thursday? And I was like, I can't, I'm dog sitting, I've already committed, I'm really sorry. And she was like, oh, it's okay, I just have a thing. And I was like, oh, what? And she was like, a parents conference thing, and I guess maybe I'll cancel, I'll figure it out. And I was like, okay. And then we were at her house later that day doing some recruitment calls and stuff. And her mum arrived. I got this light. Curtains. There we go. That's a solution to light. Look at that, I'm a genius. I mean, it's not great, but it's better. Her mum was like, oh, so are you all set for Thursday? And I was like, what? I was like, and she was like, all set so that Desmond can go early vote. And I was like, what? And Desmond was like, Mum, I hadn't told anyone about that yet. Because she didn't want people to get jealous. And let's be honest, I am really jealous. But at the same time, I can't vote. So it'd be a bit silly for me to have been there. But basically, the state director rang her up and was like, hey, Desmond, have you voted yet? This was a couple of weeks ago. And she was like, so you're planning on early voting? And Desmond was like, yeah, I'm going to. And she was like, okay, don't until I tell you to. Okay? And Desmond was like, alright. And then at the beginning of the week, Janelle was like, you should early vote on Thursday. And Desmond was like, okay. Also, we need your social security number so that the Secret Services can vet you. Who am I voting with on Thursday exactly? The president is who Desmond was voting with. So that was exciting. And then I was like, oh, I don't mind. I mean, obviously I would love to go early vote with the president, but I don't know what we're voting on because we kind of can't vote for the same things. So that was cool. That was pretty funny. And then on Wednesday we were at Desma's and we were discussing the fact that she was going to go early vote the next day and how ridiculously exciting it was. And then we got a phone call that came through. We answered and it was like, will you hold for the president? And we were like, yes, we will hold for the president. We would do that. And there was a conference call from Barack Obama, which sounds more exciting when you say that. To be honest, we couldn't say anything, but it was live. It was happening right there, and we could have a conversation happening between him. It was just cool to thank the team leaders in Illinois, I think, and team members, to thank them for all of their hard work. So that was nice. It was just really fun to have a call come through that said, will you hold for the president? Nah, got better things to do, mate. Sorry. It would have been funny if I'd said that. So that was Wednesday, and then Thursday I got to Desma's after dog sitting at like 2:30, and we turned the news on, and we were watching. You could see her walking around the corridors of this voting place waiting for the president to get there. And it was so funny. I was with her 3-year-old, she's pretty cute for a child. She's not bad. Her name's Jordan. And I was there with her 3-year-old and her parents. And we were watching on the news, and her dad was on the phone to his friends being like, oh my god, it's the flag, that's my daughter. And then he was talking about how I was there and I flew there from England, and his friend on the phone was like, oh, I have to talk to this English girl that's flown over. So I was on the phone to one of the friends of Desmond's dad talking about why I was being stupid enough to move to another country for 4 months just to work for an election that I can't vote in. And then Desmond came out and we saw her, and if you look at any of the pictures from the early voting, there's the president in the middle, a man on the right, and then a woman on the left. And the woman on the left, I think that's how I'm doing it right, is Desma. And ironically, she wasn't even supposed to get that part. Originally, there was going to be enough podiums for the president, and I think 4 volunteers to be there around him. And they messed up and didn't have enough podiums, and they're like, one of you's going to have to drop out. And no one volunteered. There was this awkward moment of silence. This is Desma's retelling. I wasn't there, obviously. And then Desma was like, I'll do it, because she could see no one was going to. But then, right when the president was there doing his little voting thing, the girl that was supposed to be where Desma was couldn't find her registration, and there was this gap, and everyone was like, we need someone to go in there, and Desma already had hers ready. They're like, go vote. So that was really cool that it was karma, because she gave up her spot originally. She got to do it and got this amazing picture, and that was really cool. So that was awesome. And then on Saturday we had our first 2nd, actually. So basically, the 4 days before election, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, is get out the vote. Right? 3 days before and the election, get out the vote. And we're doing 12-hour long phone banks on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then a 15-hour one on Tuesday. And we're not calling people at this point to tell them who to vote for or to ask them who they're voting for. We're calling people that we know are going to vote Obama, that we know are Democrats, that have said in surveys that they're voting Obama. We're just calling them to get out the vote, to make sure that they actually turn up at the elections, because we want a really good turnout. So we've been having this weekend and last weekend, or the weekend yesterday and last weekend, dry runs of the phone banks. So we do in 3-hour shifts, and for the dry runs, we did what our actual thing's going to be for one of the shifts. So there's 2 days that I'm scheduled out to get out the vote. One of them I'm station location director, which is a little panicky, because it means I'm going to be in charge of 300, 400 minimum people making phone calls and everything. So that's going to be fun. And one of the days I'm a runner, which is less stressful insofar as responsibility, but means I'm doing everything that needs doing and running around and going crazy. So that's going to be fun. And then all of the other days, I might go to Wisconsin to canvass for a day if there is one that I can go that they can spare me for half a day and do some phone banking in the morning. But I'll just be around again, probably doing runner stuff depending on what there is. But it went really smoothly during my shift yesterday. So I'm nervous, because I'm like, I'd like to think that's just because I'm awesome. You know, nothing seemed to go wrong, and if someone higher up asked me a question, I either knew the answer or I got it to them within 2 minutes. But so I hope that means it went well, but part of me is like, what if I was just really oblivious to everything that was going wrong and it was a disaster? I don't know, but it went really well. I'm feeling really confident for next week. I'm feeling confident in general. Unless there is some sort of fraud happening in Ohio with the fact that Romney's son company owns the voting machines, because that's not wrong or suspicious or anything in the state that decides the elections. It's fine, it's perfectly okay. Failing that happening, or bar that happening, I think he's gonna win. I'm feeling pretty confident. He better win, if I'm honest, because I have tattoo plans. And it's a Chicago tattoo in general, but I want there to be a few references to the whole Obama thing. I've managed to think of some quite good references, I think, but it's dependent on him winning. If he doesn't win, I'm going to have to rethink my tattoo, which, I said this yesterday at the phone bank, and the guy was like, yeah, I mean, forget all the, ramifications of him losing to do with healthcare and the economy and women's rights. That tattoo is really permanent and serious. If you fucks up your tattoo design, you're screwed, really. And I was like, I know, exactly. So then last night we went out to Spin for Halloween. Everyone at Spin, employees-wise, was dressing as zombies, and I just couldn't think of what I was going to be, and then Jill told me everyone's dressing as zombies, and I've worked at Spin a couple of times, and I did the whole human centipede thing, which some of you may know about, some of you may not. I can't remember if I vlogged about it. Pretty ridiculous. Human centipede. But I made $100, that was cool. Words. Yeah, so I was like, I can't think of what to do, and it's Halloween in Boys Town, I want to be a really good costume, and then I was in Beatniks, this sort of, it's a store on Halstead, which is the Boys Town street, and they had the Katy Perry cupcake roll, like $5, $7, I can't remember, but less than 10, it was pretty cheap. So I was like, well, everyone says I like Zooey Deschanel, which I don't agree with, but whatever, I like her, so I'll take it. And then Zooey Deschanel and Katy Perry do look very similar, so okay, I'm gonna go zombie Katy Perry, that works. So that was really funny. What was hilarious, if you see any of the pictures on Facebook, my left cupcake boob, you can see it's like falling open and there's like gore coming out. It looks pretty cool. Accident. I was cutting my bangs. Fuck. I keep translating that word because people don't know fringe, so it's become habit to say bangs automatically. Cutting my fringe, and I somehow managed to cut into the cupcake by accident. I don't know, and I was like, oh my god, fuck, this is okay. I can work with this. Alright, this might be okay. But yeah, that was really fun. And my friend Rena, who is a girl that I like to hang out with here, me and Jill were like, how are we gonna do zombie makeup? This is gonna be worse. And then I had breakfast with Rena and Natalie Bitch from New York, who flew out for 2 days, and I felt really bad because I was doing Obama stuff the whole time, so I couldn't spend much time with her. But Rena was like, oh, who's gonna do your zombie makeup? Are you good at it? And I was like, no, we're just gonna make it up as we go along. And she was like, well, I can do zombie makeup. And I was like, well, you're gonna come to Jill's and do our makeup then. And she was like, okay. And she dressed up as, she was dressing up as a female Doctor Who. And then because we were going to Spin and it was zombie night, she was like, female zombie Time Lord? Okay, that works. So that was fun. And then this morning I went and had breakfast with Natalie and her friend Sarah, who seemed really cool, before Natalie went back to the airport. Now I'm sitting in my room, Checking the polls. I can't wait to stop checking the polls. It's very stressful. Reading articles about Romney being a douchebag. Checking Facebook because I uploaded lots of pictures. Staring at the picture of my sister cuddling my dog and wishing it was me. I thought I was my sister, not that I was the dog. I don't really want Ellen to cuddle me. And I want to go get a bagel. I need a bagel. In fact, that was sounded like I said beagle the first time around. I need a bagel. It was a life and death matter. But I'm wearing pajama bottoms, and the effort of putting on jeans was a lot, so I haven't worked that up yet. But I'm going to go after I finish this. I'm going to go get a bagel. Even more so than usual, the bags under my eyes are so terrible that I feel like it makes me look about 30. Which isn't cool. Not there's anything wrong with being 30, obviously, but I'm 23. I shouldn't look this way. I'm going to blame it on not much sleep because of going out and getting up early to see people, and a little bit on Obama, because that's my favourite thing to do. Blame my face on Obama. Anyway, this is long and rambling and ridiculous enough, but yeah. Oh, it's not 100%, and they haven't outright said it, but they've hinted at it, that I'm definitely, our team is definitely going to have actual assigned seats for McCormick Place's election night rally. So when Obama goes and accepts his winning for the second time around, we're going to have like actual seats there, which is cool. We're not going to have to join the masses towards the back, so I'm pretty excited about that. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, and I'll probably be able to sign up for tickets somehow, but if it happens, awesome. Anyway, I'm going to go get a bagel. I'm going to get an everything bagel with cream cheese. And I'm going to ask them to triple toast it so that it's almost but not quite burnt. They'll love it when I ask that. And then I'm going to have tea. And then I'm probably going to watch some West Wing or maybe some Supernatural, or I've got some Merlin to catch up. I've got TV. I'll watch some TV. Bye. I miss you. I love you. Especially my dog.